Good gaming, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Nadu, and today I want to watch some new play cEDH. Actually, it's not really news because we are seeing the top 4 for the Bloomborough win case that was held by the Scruffy Octopus. So we are having in turn order SlimefootSquee, Nadu, Winota, and Tivit. This was a super tight top 4 with, I believe, 7 person that could be going into the last place of the top 4. And that's it. I believe Slimefoot barely got in because she had 2 wins. The other had 3. Nobody had a perfect tournament, so we see Slimefoot going for good starts with Mox Diamond and Soul Ring. Joe, Jessica's will turn 1. It is what it is. She's gonna make 7 mana. It is a super long game. Wheel. Wow. Wondering what she had in hand. So something green and something else. She's gonna drop Cloudstone Courier turn 1, so she is kind of going. Sadly, we don't add a super good end. We see a Imsil from the Tivit player. Tivit went down to 4 cards in end, so this is super good for him. Mystic Remora on the a wheel. So he had Land, Petal, Dauntless Dismantler, Prismatic Vista. He kept a hand to stop Nadu. So Winota plays a land. Cavern of Soul, mentioning Rogue. Tivit dropping Mana Vault, triggering Mystic. So Nadu with a Mystic is always a bad idea to make him draw. Well, anybody with a Mystic. Never feed the fish. So Slimefoot and Squeeze goes to her turn. Draws. So not everybody kept a greedy hand, of course. Deathright Shaman is going to be cast. Cloudstone Curio triggers but does nothing. Passes. Yo, no other land. That is something. She still has 4 mana, but she's gonna miss a color for sure. Jewel Lotus. So it was a good second 7 for the Nadu player. So since it is a top 4, there is no time for this game. So it went on for, I think, an hour 40, something like that. So Nadu plays. It is going to be a longer video than usual. I did some fast forwarding shenanigans. So it is what it is. Whenever Nadu takes a 35 minutes turn, there is no such thing as being able to cut any content because you want to see what he's flipping. But then again, you don't want to see him go through his deck. So Tivit goes for Tivit cast Tivit. Everybody will call as usual Trigger Trigger Clue Clue Clue. Worldly Truther, trigger Mystic Remora. This looks like a win attempt from the Dockside, Worthy Tutor Dockside, of course, goes on top. So one Dockside. So technically 1, 2, 3, 4 max, because it's gonna crack his treasure to drop a clue. Cast on Dockside. Touch the Spirit Realm on the Cloudstone. So sure, stops her from doing the bounce shenanigans. So hard cast Deflecting SWAT, triggering the Mystic Remora. So misdirection, pitching a Flusterstorm, something like that. So he will, so Deflecting SWAT will try to change the Spirit Realm target. Misdirection will send it back straight to the Cloudstone Curio. So both resolves. Touch the Spirit Realm will exile the Cloudstone. Dockside ETB, Dockside ETBs for 5. With D5 treasure. She will go for Slimefoot and Squee. Slimefoot and Squee can be cast from Exile and Graveyard. I'm not sure. So, Scryfall, thank you very much. Slimefoot and Squee. Return Slimefoot and Squee and up to one target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, and do that at sorcery speed. So, it takes Dockside and Slimefoot. Shuko, great. Silence on the Shuko. Nobody has any answer for that. Tries to equip Nadu. Triggers will show up a March of the Swirling Mist and a Cyclonic Rift. Passes the turn. Alright, Winota gets a second land. Phyrexian Revoker. So I caught it and they've been chatting around the table and they ended up deciding on Time Sieve. So they wanted to say treasure, but Phyrexian Revoker asked you to name a card. And treasure is not a card, it is a token. And there is no card called treasure. So even if it would have been, it would have stopped that card and not the actual treasure on the board, which are tokens. Crack Meza. So Time Sieve is the win con of pretty much all of Tivit players. They could also go for a Torkoal combo if they have it, but Infinite turn is infinite turn. So we see him swinging at the SlimefootSquee, making 2 treasures and 3 clues. Assassin's Trophy. So Assassin's Trophy on the Nadu. Nadu will trigger on that for sure. Casts Tamio's Safekeeping, so it will make it X-proof and indestructible. Get a trigger for Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. So as T, like the judge called it, this gets fizzled because it's X-proof. It doesn't target Nadu. Well, it targets Nadu, but since it becomes X-proof, Assassin's Trophy fizzle, and since it fizzle, it doesn't do the second step of go get a basic land type or basic land from your library, which is kind of relevant. They were talking about Phyrexian Revoker Shuko. They were talking about treasure, but he decided to just stop Phyrexian Altar. So she can sack Dockside and SlimefootSquee to make mana, and then she can activate Slimefoot to try to bring it back. Exactly like that. So she's trying to bring back SlimefootSquee and Dockside. If she does that, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 3. Oh god, the number. Cyclonic Rift on the Phyrexian Altar. Man, the number of treasures and clues on the board is... So they removed Phyrexian Altar. Of course, Cloudstone will also trigger, so she's gonna be able to loop it between Deadright Shaman and Dockside. Tivit cracks a clue, Tivit cracks another clue, Tivit cracks a third clue if I remember correctly. Chain of Vapor on Nadu. Sure, Nadu gets bounced. Asking, do you want to copy the Chain of Vapor? The number of land he has is there's no reason for him not to copy it. He will bounce Cloudstone Curio. So going back on Slimefoot, so now it ATB, Slimefoot makes a slap rolling. Treasure count is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. On 4, Nadu goes and fetch a land. What is land and Urza Saga? March of the Swording Mist on Dockside. So that she cannot continue cast her stuff. Well, cast the Phyrexian Altar back or the Cloudstone and restart the loop. Tivit will crack one last clue to try to get the count down. So still a count of 6, which is decent. The thing is, she doesn't have the dark side anymore to do some shenanigans with it. For Invasion of Ikoria for 2, she'll go get a Flame Cache Gecko. The good thing with Flame Cache Gecko is you can pay 2 to discard draw. So she can, in a pinch, tries to dig and get an answer. Goes to Nadu's turn, so Nadu does Nadu stuff. Recast Nadu, Shuko. You see a Dispel, you see a Mystical Tutor. Keeps 2 mana open, I am presuming, in case he need to do something. Go back to normal speed. Gonna play a Mox Diamond. At this point, I believe he had another creature, and I don't understand why he didn't drop it, but maybe that's also why I'm not in top 4. Aethersworn Canonist. That is something. Only 1 non-artifact per turn, which is something. Absolutely something. Tivit player drops a fetch. We'll go fetch. We jumped into the future. Drops space 2. Imposter Mech. Imposter Mech is something. He could so Winota is so the MTG Online player knows what F6 is. He has no answer. He has nothing. He cannot do anything. So at some point he just said, "Look, I got nothing, man. I'm not even gonna try to fake having an interaction and not having anything." Talking around, Imposter Mech is going to try to copy the Fire Action Revoker. At this point, if he targets Shuko, Nadu will be unable to equip the equip for 0. So he will slow down the Nadu shenanigans. Gravedigger's Cage. Gravedigger's Cage will slow down the SlimefootSquee. And the Dranet Magistrate. Dranet will stop casting from exile. Casting commander. So Winota is the only commander still in not on the board. Let me just check Dranet. So Dranet stops you from casting from graveyard, from exile, from anywhere but your hand. This is important to note because Gravedigger's Cage stops from creature leaving graveyard, so she's unable to use the SlimefootSquee effect. So at this point, she should have kept. Well, yeah, if she doesn't have any creature in hand, she's not going to be able to cast to start the Dockside Curio loop. So she is swinging all out on her battle. She will swing on the battle. And then she kills it, and she says, I'm gonna try to cast the other side, because it exiles and you need to cast it, and then the point Drenit's there, and then it just goes like, oh god, forgot about that one. That's why we make mistakes. Mystical Tutor, instant or artifact, going to get a Worldly Tutor. And he doesn't have a green to cast Worldly yet. Untap, untap, untap. Oh no, Urza Saga going up. Is there another low CMC equip? I do not think so. Umbral Mental cost 3. Umbral Mental on the board. Tivit will try to crack a clue to find an answer. Sadly, nothing. So Umbral ETBs, and then you will do some Nadu shenanigans. Once again, we're going into fast forward because I don't want to bore you guys. Green Sun's in it, Delighted Owlfling, Polywog Prodigy, and the last one is Gaia's Cradle. So yeah, not fast forwarded this one because he actually did it quick. There is a possibility that we can interact between each. So we can make Nadu's life even worse by telling him you need to do them one by one. Not sure it's a nice thing to do, but who knows? Maybe we get something in between. Winota goes for Ornithopter of Paradise. SlimefootSquee will try to noxious the Asti. Yes, we absolutely understand that Asti sounds totally disgusting, but it is something that was said and it is something that will stay. Go Tivit player draws. So if you think this game is already long, imagine that we still have we're halfway through, I think. Plays a heuristic study. Good thing to always have answers. On cast, he will Worldly Tutor. Nobody has any answers, so he will go get something. And the heuristic will resolve. Skewed Swarm on top. So the more we go, the more it looks bad. Heuristic resolve. Tivit swings at the Nadu player. I can't say that the SlimefootSquee is not dangerous, but there is a real reason to say we need to kill the Nadu player because there's not much. The meta in general is not made to stop a Nadu player. 3/4 that ability, not drawing but put cards in hand. Even when the ed designer, the design team says we tested it, but it wasn't that when we tested it, so we changed it last minute, and it is what it is. Why Nadu is banned in Modern now. Meta has to adjust. You need to find some stuff to get rid of it. So he will dispel the Asti, saving the Grafdigger's Cage. I want to see the text for Curio. 'Curio. 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 ' Whenever a non-artifact permanent enters the battlefield under your control, an non-artifact permanent. Let me go do a judge call. Let me pause here. I'll go do a judge call and I'll be right back. So I'm back from a judge call. Whenever a Supperling goes in, she can bounce something with Cloudstone. So maybe she can only play one spell per turn, but the thing is, casting Dockside every turn for I don't know how many would have triggered. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Dockside for 12. Even if she cannot cast a second spell, would have allowed her to draw this card six cards for her to dig. Yeah, the more we go, the more I'm not proud of everyone not paying attention. So of course it's you may return, but we missed a bunch of stuff. So and it's not easy because you don't do tournament shenanigans often. Well, tournaments at all. We don't see. Anyway, it is what it is. We will have to make sure that we pay attention next time. So, Nadu shenanigans. Nadu will Nadu. Flip Findorn Elves. Flip Court of Calling. Flip Verdant Cat. Flip Veil of Summer. So sad. So sad. Plays Polywog Prodigy. Ristic Trigger. Nadu Shenanigan again. Sylvan Paradise. Trinket Mage. And he goes to turn, discarding a ton of cards. So he dropped Talon Gates of Medora. Will phase out Granite. Granite will he'll cast right after Winota, and he'll pass. So cast Tivit casting Opal. Will cast Sylvan Paradise to make 3 triggers, 3 Nadu triggers. It is. Neoform, Lotus Petal, and Cephalid Coliseum. So yeah. Yep. I will keep my editorial commentary. I know people are bored with that. Maybe. I don't know. I like it. Let's make something special. Drops Ranger Captain of Eos. He'll go get an Esper Sentinel and cast it. Polywog only triggering now on 0 CMC. So on Esper is going to crack Emergent Zone. Slimefoot tries to draw this card. Discarding Buried Alive. So drops a Petal, Ristic triggers. We'll use the floating to pay. Tree green for a Skewed Swarm. Ristic triggers and gets paid. So you said top point. I'm asking, why did he not do that on the Sylvan Paradise? So on Skewed Swarm, she tries to draw this card. She's going all out now. They are actually looking for an answer. They need to find something to get out of there. Sadly, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be able to get out. Doing everything to draw this card. Skewed Swarm resolves. Esper resolves. Still has 2 mana. He could do something. Tivit swings out to Nadu. So the thing is, add E-Swung to Nadu all game. But then again, Slimefoot was looking like a threat at the beginning. Let's just say we're salty about how it ended. That's when you go back and you check. And I didn't pay attention to the Cloudstone, but we should have. See, at this point, Cloudstone could resolve. She could At that point, it's so they are looking for answer to stop the Nadu player. Nadu untaps. Skewed Swarm, bunch of lands. 8 triggers. Tries to cast Spellskite. And then they're all, if Spellskite's resolved, it gives them 2 activation, 2 extra activation. But it also stops them from doing anything to Nadu. So they will draw this card. They will Tivit will crack some clues. So even at that point, I'm not even sure stopping Spellkite does anything. So the funny thing about Spellskite is you can Flame Cash Gecko, draw this card. Discard draw, sorry. With or without Spellskite. What's funny is that, let's say you've got a multi-target spell. You can activate Spellskite multiple times. Let's say you've got a destroy target creature, then destroy another creature. There's 2 targeting in there. So what you could do is trigger Spellskite, targeting one of the ability to switch it to Spellskite. Old Prio, trigger it again to grab the other target and swing it to Spellskite. So what's going to do is that the ability will fizzle because you need 2 different targets. But it doesn't stop you from trying to activate it multiple times. You can do even with a single target spell. Let's say you go and you try to Sword to Plowshare, and then you say, sure, I'll activate Spellkite, Old Prio will activate Spellskite. You'll get 2 triggers. Why? How to abuse rule playing Nadu. It is what it is. Nadu people will do Nadu stuff. So he will crack Ranger Captain to stop him from casting any non-creature. Draw this card, discarding Protein Hulk. Force of Will. Sure, that will get rid of Spellskite. So let's go into fast forward because Nadu is going to do Nadu things. So they do stuff. So the Skewed Swarm will actually just go crazy. It'll go all the way up to 162,000 or something like that. I don't remember exactly I was about to say the hexadecimal, but it's not hexadecimal. It is the 8-bit format. So he's going through his library. He has his library in hand and he has nothing on board. And the board looks like a freaking mess. With bringing back Emergent Zone and playing it. I don't know why he played Hewitt. He could have played on ETB, on Upkeep. Force of Vigor, targeting Ethersworn and Ristic Steady. Ristic and Esper triggers. He will pay for both. So he's trying to unlock himself from the Ethersworn Canonist. Cast Veil of Summer. So she's not paying Esper nor the Ristic Study, so that he can actually draw some cards and try to find something out. And it's at this point that does it resolve? I think we missed something. So Force of Vigor resolves, and I know we've missed something. Cast Snap. Oh my god, there it is. So we forgot. So the importance of having a clean board for every player. And as you see, the Polywog is now under a ton of cards. God. Oh god, I can't believe the game is gonna end this way. So they missed the trigger. They are gonna lose because he's gonna go into a loop of Cephalid, Coliseum, Hewitt, Displacer Kitten, whatever. So he will make everybody discard their deck. They will at some point realize, at this point, he March of Swirling Mist the Polywog. And like he's saying, I'm marching Polywog because I don't want to draw out my deck. And I'm like, and then they're saying, that's when they realize that they should have won. It's extremely. Well, look, I'm salty for the other three players. He should have been dead. Somebody else should have won. But it is what it is. So, policy is, if you forget about a game-losing trigger, this is Wizards ruling. Let's say they have a Pact of Negation on the stack, and they forgot to pay it. A judge will not say, we are going back. We are going back, and I'm giving you a game loss. He'll say, everybody forgot about it. All he can say is, we are going back to that state, and you're not going to get a game loss. So what they are saying is he's going to go back, put a draw trigger for the Polywog on the stack, and he can go from there. It is what it is. So this is why I'm going to give you guys a warning. Always make sure that the board state is clean, spick and span. There's no weird shenanigans happening. And GG Nadu. Still won it. Won it from a ruling from a judge, but it's still a one. Thank you, everyone. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I am shopping for a new microphone. We'll see what's happening. So this was the last game. Thank God the prize pool, they decided to split it before the game, so everybody went home with at least a collector box and a half. And the game was for the last collector box. So it is what it is. Please, guys, love you all. We are small. We are getting big. I'll be with you for a long time. Not hoping to retire anytime soon. And I like this so much that I believe I'm gonna do it until I actually leave for another world. So please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next game.